Lord, at this moment I come before you with a heart overwhelmed by the constant flow of information, comparisons and pressures that social media brings into my life. Each notification seems to scream for my attention. Each infinite scroll steals a few more precious minutes from my day, and I realize how this has affected my inner peace. I confess that I often find myself anxious when I see other people's achievements, seemingly perfect families, impeccably tidy homes, and I begin to question whether I am failing in so many areas of my life. I know the Lord calls us to a life of contentment and gratitude, but this digital world has made this pursuit increasingly challenging. As a mother, I feel the added weight of trying to balance my own relationship with social media while worrying about the impact it has on my children. I see how easily they are influenced by passing trends, how their self-esteem can be shaken by likes and comments, and how constant comparison with other young people affects their emotional well-being. Help me guide them wisely through this unfamiliar territory, to set healthy boundaries without seeming controlling, to create a family environment where real connections are valued more than virtual ones. May I be a living example of how to use this technology in a balanced way. I recognize, Lord, that I have allowed social media to occupy spaces in my mind and heart that should be reserved for more important things. How many times have I stopped being truly present in special moments with my family because I was worried about capturing the perfect photo to post? How many nights have I lost sleep scrolling endlessly, consuming content that adds no real value to my life? Help me regain control over my time and attention. Set healthy boundaries that allow me to use these tools without being consumed by them. Amid the constant noise of social media, I long for the peace that only the Lord can provide. That peace that transcends all understanding, that does not depend on external validation or digital metrics. Help me find moments of silence and reflection in my day, to disconnect from the virtual world to reconnect with what truly matters. May I develop a stronger spiritual discipline, prioritizing moments of prayer and reading your word above the incessant consumption of online content. I often feel pressure to maintain a perfect online presence, to share only the most beautiful, edited moments of my life. This constant search for digital approval has left me exhausted and unsatisfied. Help me find freedom to be authentic, to accept that my real life, with its imperfections and challenges, is exactly where you are working. May I use social media to uplift and encourage others, sharing not only the victories, but also the struggles and learnings that are part of the journey of faith. Sir, I realize how social media has affected my real relationships. Shallow conversations online seem to have replaced the deep, meaningful connections I so long for. Help me invest time and energy in building and maintaining true friendships, in being present, body and soul, in the moments shared with the people I love. May I use technology to complement, not replace, the personal relationships the Lord has placed in my life. I confess that I often use social media as a form of escape when I feel anxious, lonely, or insecure. Instead of seeking His presence in times of need, I turn to infinite scrolling as a way to numb my emotions. Help me develop healthier coping habits, to turn my heart to the Lord when I need comfort and direction. May I find genuine satisfaction in your presence, not in the temporary validation that the digital world offers. As I navigate this increasingly connected world, I ask for wisdom to discern between what is uplifting and what is detrimental to my spiritual and emotional health. Help me be more intentional with the content I consume, to follow people and profiles that inspire me to grow in my faith and character. May I have the discernment to filter out the negative influences that undermine my inner peace and affect my testimony as a Christian woman. In the midst of so many voices and opinions that bombard my mind through social media, help me keep my ears tuned to your voice. May I distinguish between the wisdom that comes from the Lord and the passing trends of this world. This helps me build a solid foundation in His Word so that the constant waves of information and influence don't leave me adrift spiritually. May my identity remain firmly anchored in who I am in You, not social media metrics and comparisons. I recognize that I need to establish clearer boundaries in my digital life. Help me create healthy boundaries around social media use. Set specific times to check messages and notifications, rather than letting them control my day. May I have the discipline to maintain these limits, even when the temptation to be constantly connected seems irresistible. It helps me prioritize what truly matters and not let the precious time I have be wasted on endless consumption of digital content. Lord, in these moments of reflection, I realize how social media has affected my ability to be truly present in my own life. Each notification seems to demand an immediate response. Each unviewed post generates an inexplicable anxiety that we are missing something important. Help me break this cycle of digital dependence, to rediscover the beauty of undocumented moments, of experiences lived fully without the need for instant sharing. May I find joy in the little things in life, without the constant need for online validation. Among so many digital distractions, I feel like I need to relearn the art of silence and contemplation. Social media created in me a discomfort with moments of stillness, a constant impulse to fill every second with external stimuli. Help me to cherish the moments of pause, to find comfort in the silence where I can hear your voice more clearly. May I teach my children the value of these moments of disconnection, showing them that the richest life happens beyond the screen. In this vulnerable time, I want to share a resource that has helped many women find balance in their digital lives. The ebook, Don't Think, Trust and Surrender, offers precious insights on how to maintain inner peace in a hyper-connected world. This guide has been a blessing for those seeking a healthier relationship with social media without compromising their faith and values. Lord, I recognize how social media has influenced the way I see the world and myself. The constant search for digital perfection has created unrealistic expectations and impossible standards to achieve. Help me accept my reality with gratitude, celebrate the imperfections that make me unique, find beauty in the unfiltered stories of real life. May I use my online presence to inspire authenticity and acceptance, not to perpetuate unattainable standards. I often find myself judging my worth based on numbers, followers, likes, shares. This mindset has stolen my joy and distorted my perspective on what really matters. Help me remember that my value is not in social media metrics, but in the fact that I am your beloved daughter. May I find security and meaning in my identity in you, not in the digital approval of strangers. Amid the whirlwind of information and opinions on social media, I often feel overwhelmed and confused. Help me develop a more effective spiritual filter, to discern between what deserves my attention and what I need to ignore to preserve my inner peace. May I use these platforms wisely, choosing to consume and share content that uplifts and encourages, not creates anxiety or division. Help me be more intentional with my time online, to use social media as a tool for specific purposes, not as an automatic refuge in moments of boredom or discomfort. May I develop healthier self-care habits, seeking comfort and renewal in your presence, not in the infinite scroll of feeds and stories. Help me establish regular moments of digital disconnection for spiritual reconnection. Lord, I ask for wisdom in navigating the complexities of online friendships. Help me not to confuse superficial digital connections with true, deep relationships. May I use social media to strengthen and complement my real friendships, not to replace them. Help me to be a present and authentic friend, both online and offline. In a world that values constant exposure and oversharing, help me find the balance between transparency and discretion. May I use my voice online to glorify the Lord and encourage others without falling into the trap of oversharing or self-promotion. Help me keep some moments sacred just for my family and our intimacy with the Lord. Lord, as I seek to establish a healthier relationship with social media, I need your grace to deal with the feelings of FOMO, fear of missing out, that often assail me. Help me trust that I'm not missing anything important when I choose to disconnect, that life's most meaningful moments happen in real connections and in your presence. May I find contentment and peace in living fully in the present, without the constant anxiety of missing something on social media. Lord, I realize how social media has affected my ability to truly rest. The constant flow of information, even at night, has interfered with my sleep and my ability to fully relax. Help me set clear boundaries, create sacred moments of rest where I can completely disconnect from the digital world and reconnect with the Lord. May I rediscover the value of true rest, the one that renews not only the body, but also the soul. Help me use my social media presence in ways that honor the Lord and reflect my Christian values. May my words, even in comments and direct messages, be tempered with grace and truth. Help me resist the temptation to participate in unproductive discussions or spread unverified information. May I be an example of discernment and wisdom in the digital world, carefully choosing what I share and how I interact with others. When I feel overwhelmed by the volume of information and opinions on social media, help me remember that I don't need to have a position on every issue or participate in every debate. May I have the humility to recognize the limits of my knowledge and the wisdom to choose my battles carefully. Help me keep my focus on the eternal truths of your word, not the passing controversies that dominate the feeds. Lord, I confess that sometimes I use social media as a form of procrastination, postponing important responsibilities and moments of intimacy with the Lord. Help me to develop greater discipline in the use of my time, to prioritize what truly matters and not allow the digital world to steal precious moments of prayer and study of your word. May I be a faithful steward of the time the Lord gives me. As a wife and mother, I feel a responsibility to create a family environment where real connections are prioritized above virtual ones. Help me establish regular screen-free bonding time where we can look into each other's eyes, share our stories, and strengthen our family bonds. May our home be a refuge from the constant bombardment of information and a place where we cultivate genuine relationships. It helps me to be more aware of the example I set for my children through my own use of social media. May they learn through me how to use these tools in a healthy and balanced way, without becoming slaves to them. Help me have honest conversations with them about the dangers and benefits of the digital world, equipping them with the insight they need to navigate their own online journeys. Lord, when I find myself anxious about my image on social media, help me remember that you see beyond the carefully edited photos and perfectly crafted captions. May I find freedom in being authentic, in sharing not only the moments of victory, but also the struggles and learning that are part of my walk with the Lord. Help me use my platform to encourage others to pursue a genuine life in you. In a world that celebrates constant noise and hyperconnectivity, help me value moments of silence and solitude. May I create regular spaces in my routine to disconnect from social media and connect more deeply with the Lord. Help me find peace and contentment in the simplicity of a life less dependent on digital validation. Lord, I ask for wisdom to discern between the online connections that add value to my life and those that drain my energy and inner peace. Help me have the courage to set healthy boundaries, unfollow accounts that don't build me up, and surround myself with positive influences that bring me closer to the Lord. May I create a digital environment that nurtures my faith and strengthens my spiritual walk. When I'm tempted to compare my life to the stories I see on social media, help me remember that each person is living their own unique journey with the Lord. May I celebrate the blessings of others without questioning your provisions in my own life. Help me keep my eyes fixed on you, confident that you are writing a beautiful and unique story through my life. Help me see social media as a tool that can be used for your glory, not as a source of validation or meaning. May I use these platforms to share your love, to encourage others in their walk of faith, to build bridges instead of walls. Help me maintain an eternal perspective even as I navigate the digital world, remembering that every online interaction is an opportunity to reflect your light. Lord, amidst the constant noise of social media, help me cultivate a spirit of gratitude. May I see beyond digital distractions and recognize the countless blessings the Lord pours into my life daily. Help me find joy in simple, undocumented moments, in face-to-face conversations, in real hugs, and in experiences that don't fit on a cell phone screen. I recognize that I often look to social media for the comfort and peace that can only be found in the Lord. Help me to redirect my heart in moments of anxiety and loneliness, to seek your presence first before resorting to the infinite scroll. May I develop a deeper dependence on the Lord and less on the digital distractions the world offers. I ask for wisdom to use my time online in ways that honor the Lord and benefit those around me. Help me to be more intentional with my posts and interactions, to think twice before sharing something, to consider the impact of my words on the lives of others. May my digital presence be a reflection of your love and grace, not just another noise in the cacophony of social media. In a world that values quantity of connections over quality, help me invest in meaningful, lasting relationships. That I can use social media to strengthen real bonds, not to create an illusion of intimacy. Help me to be truly present to those the Lord has placed in my life, both online and offline. As a woman of faith navigating this digital world, help me maintain my integrity and values even when it means going against the grain. May I be an example of balance and wisdom in the use of social media, showing that it is possible to be connected without being consumed. Help me to positively influence those who follow me, always directing them towards the Lord. Lord, as I close this moment of connection with you, I ask that you bless each person who took the time to share this reflection. If this message has touched your heart in any way, I invite you to share it with someone who may need encouragement on their own journey with social media. Together, we can create a healthier, more uplifting digital environment. Amen. If our prayers have helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment and activate the bell to receive our videos. Stay with God.